You're listening to the Fear in the Southwest podcast. Hey, welcome to the Fear in the Southwest podcast. Today I'm joined by Stephanie, Brendan, and Alan. It's a full crew tonight, guys. I'm excited. Okay, so today's topic. Well, you ever gone traveling or on vacation or to somebody's house and no, not at all. No. Damn, you're missing out. What if you had something creepy happen to you?
Like the family realizes I'm there.
You are the black sheep, right? Surprised. I'm not. Anyways. So you know how you guys' all minds are on vacation or away from everyday life, but something creepy happens? Do you ever feel like you're more focused on it? Mm-hmm. Because it catches you off guard. Anyways, today's episode. Traveling Spooks. That's what we're going to call it. Traveling Spooks. I know. That's what our channel's about. Weird. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and let Brendan start this one off as he's our guest. Tell us your creepy vacation story, sir.
Sir. All right. So I went to go. Shush. I'm telling a story. Dim down the lights for this. All right. So I went to the Stanley Hotel, and they had this ghost tour going on, and they took us to the auditorium.
You said ghost tour?
Yeah.
That was the ghost giving you a tour of the hotel, or are you touring the hotel for
You know what? They may have been there, but I didn't see them until later.
Ooh.
Okay. So we're looking around, not seeing anything. They took us around the general hotel first, then took us to the auditorium and all, and then it started getting weird when we went below the auditorium, the basement down there.
There's a basement below the auditorium? There
is. And when we were down there, there was this a machine room down there, and people were freaking out and running out. I'm like, what the heck? I go in there. There's this fan in the corner, and it keeps turning on and spinning. And so I grabbed the cord, and it wasn't plugged in or nothing. I held the cord while it started spinning. And so I got out of there and started taking pictures on my phone. My phone dropped to 5% just like that.
Battery drop.
And I ended up getting this picture of this older lady. Looked like she was in kind of a white gownish or something. She had curly hair, blacked out eyes, blacked out mouth, and she was staring right at me in a doorway. And you can tell perfectly fine because the rest of the room is dark and you see the crack in the doorway. And then right below her shoulders, you see the light, and it just that's it. You just see her face and her shoulders. That's it.
Creepy. Where's this picture?
Yeah.
It's on my phone, man.
Send it.
I will. And, I've tried to show it to my girlfriend, multiple people. Nobody wants. Some people want to say they see it. Other people refuse to see it. But we all know it's there, and it freaked me out even more because I didn't realize that because my phone had died shortly after that. I didn't realize till I got in the car, started charging my phone after we left, and I saw it staring right at me. I was like, oh, no. So, yeah, it was a really weird trip, but I'm glad I got to do it, and that's it for that.
Well, you just rattled my brain, and now I remember one. I got a couple, but we're not gonna go there. But here's where we're gonna go. Me and my dad, I bowled in league, and we went up to nationals, which was in Nevada. It was in Reno. Well, on the way back down from me bowling like shit, I bowled like shit. It was cool, it was fun, but I bowled like shit. Ain't gonna lie. But we stopped at Virginia City. where, if you're any Ghost Adventures fans, they got the full body apparition at the Old Washoe Club. Yeah, I went in there, and then that little section where there used to be the morgue, I walked in there, took pictures. I got one orb. That was cool. I was like, cool. Now I've been here. Kind of a creepy town. But then we stopped at, I think it was the Goldfield Hotel, something like that, where they had like some crazy poltergeist activity going on. Well, I pulled my phone out. My phone was probably like at 70%. And I just took a picture of the front of the hotel. Like, I was like, oh, that's cool. They've been there. Like, I was fanboying. Like, oh, look, that's a creepy-ass fucking hotel. And then my phone, like, went down to, like, 5%, like, instantly. And I was like, shit. And I don't particularly remember catching anything with the photos, but I just thought it was really weird that, like, the battery went from, like, 70 to, like, 5. And then when we left, it was back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at the picture right now.
Curly hair, blacked out eyes, cut off right below there. See, that's the door.
I see it.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
That's a creepy photo. I like it.
Post that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Send me that. Send one of us that. Or post it on the Facebook page. By the way, we have a Facebook page. Speaking of Facebook, it is literally Fear at the Southwest Podcast on Facebook. Check us out. We'll be posting more. And there will be a website coming soon. Ooh, spooky site. That sounded terrible, but y'all get the gist of it. But yeah, so I took creepy pictures, lost my phone battery, got orbs, went to Virginia City. That was cool. But more creepy ones is actually really close to home. If we're going to talk sleepovers, my cousin Alan was with us. They used to live next door. Like literally right next door. And like when we were younger, like I would just go over there and I'd crash out, stay the night there, But I remember one night, do you remember this? We were on the trampoline.
Yeah.
It was like 9 o'clock at night, and we're just jumping. We're just fucking doing the shit kids do on trampolines. Popcorn. How high can you jump? Fucking throwing a bottle of Sky vodka over the fence because, fuck vodka.
Oh, man.
They hated me after that.
Language, sir.
Sorry. It is an explicit episode. So it was probably later at night, though, huh? It was probably more closer to like 10, 11, maybe 12.
Yeah.
We were kind of like late nighters. Like those days, I remember I could be up to 2 in the morning. What are those days now? I don't know. Thank you, energy drinks. Not sponsored, by the way.
You realize how much I'm just starting to think about that time period, and I'm like, how much was I drinking as a little kid? That was way too much.
That's probably why I threw the bottle over the fence. I was trying to do you a favor there, sir. Anyways, so we see these, we're on a trampoline. There's like a 7-foot wood fence, and there's like a pair of glowing eyes staring at us over the fence. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I think we all like paused. Like we're like, wait, what is staring at us right now? It's a creepy guy. Yeah, and
mostly a shadow, but with
glowing eyes. I remember the glowing eyes.
And the silhouette was pretty. It took up a lot of space.
Yeah, it did.
That's why I sort of thought, like headdress. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. That makes sense. But so, what did we do as kids? What did we do? We decided we're gonna chase it because we don't know what it is, and we're like, well,
Yeah.
What, did it look like Elmo?
we weren't that young. Look, guys, it's a creepy Tickle Me Elmo outside the fence. Let's go tickle it.
Terrifying.
Hey, I mean, you said vodka was involved, so it could have been anything.
If we heard Tickle Me Elmo from behind that fence, I would have shit myself.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Remember how creepy Furbies were?
Oh,
You could pop the batteries out of those things and they would still
Eyes
come
would
on.
still
who move?
come on.
Yeah.
That randomly start up, like inside your closet or wherever it is.
It's 3 in the morning.
Terrifying.
Was that a mouse or was that a Furby? I think it was Furby in the closet. That sounds like a terrible movie. Don't get any ideas, people. So, So we saw this this out there, and like that, your house had like this vibe all the time.
Yeah, that was. There was a lot of bad energy in that house.
That house always had like this, and then like a little more details. Like that house sat empty for over 10 years, like unlived. Like it was basically my family's storage unit for a while. It was ridiculous, and then.
It was a mausoleum. That's what I was saying.
And like whoever lived there before, I found sage in the house. Like they did some weird stuff in there. And I don't know. Like there was always like this oppressive, like heavy, dark feeling in this
So
house.
they saged it, and
You
it was
can't
still
really-
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you couldn't go over there without feeling like you're being watched.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And there were many times I really felt the need to just run out of that place. It was creepy.
We're not going to talk about Thanksgiving dinner though.
Oh, Thanksgiving
Once again, that
dinner.
was the one where I was off the wagon again. When I was
You swear somebody was in the house, and we're all like,
oh, that one.
I'm like,
I just remember that
The
one.
turkey came to life.
it's still. How do you like your turkey? It's still alive.
Christ.
Yeah. Good stuff. That house has always had like this dark feeling to it. But yeah, that's my creepy stuff. Steph, what do you got?
So mine takes place in a cabin, actually,
In the woods.
in the woods. Yeah. So, you know,
In the woods.
so right away, cabin, spooky, kind of ominous feeling. So this was up in the White Mountains. You know, went on a fishing trip. Don't really have service anywhere.
That's the start of every horror movie.
Right? Right?
Starting to sound like
Yeah, you had to drive down the hill to like this little mercantile there to get service, to make a call or anything like that. So, you know, we're staying at this cabin. We had a whole day of fishing. Like, I think we started fishing at like 5:30 in the morning. You know, got up, went fishing. Pretty good day.
Did you catch anything?
I did.
What'd you
That's why it's a good day, dude.
Trout.
just go to.
Have a bad day.
I'm actually a great fisher.
I caught a pelican once.
Really? Yeah.
I caught a fish and flung it over the boat and lost the fish.
I would have thought. No, just kidding. No, so, you know, we went fishing, we ate the fish, we were relaxing, everything. Gets dark, and, you know, the older folks go to bed, and we're just all hanging out. We have a fire, we're drinking. There's some teenagers hanging out with us, you know, they want to be part of our little group, whatever. And we start hearing this noise. All right, it was like this weird, like, scream. It wasn't like a howl, it was like a scream. And so we're like, oh, maybe it's like the next cabin over, you know, down the road or something. And we can hear it getting louder and louder, like it was getting closer to us. So some people were freaking out. Me and two people were like, let's go see what it is. You know, because that's the logical thing to do when you're in the woods, right? Go see what's screaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go see what's screaming, you know?
And so, you
You
know,
watch too many movies.
right?
How much Friday the 13th have you seen?
Not enough, obviously. So, you know, we're like, you know, we're walking in the woods and everything, and then, you know, first thing we hear, you know, we hear sticks. We hear sticks breaking. We hear pine cones breaking. So we tell each other to shut up, stop moving. And we can still hear it, and we hear it getting closer.
Shut up.
And we hear it getting closer. At this point, I'm like, everyone stop breathing.
What was the difference between the two? The sticks and the pine cone.
You can hear them falling from the trees.
Someone throwing pine cones?
Exactly. So I was like, oh my God, there's a Bigfoot. There's something like that coming up. I'm telling people, don't breathe. You know, we're like holding our breath.
So just die, okay? Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
And so we hear it moving and everything. And all of a sudden, this loud scream comes out. And it was a freaking cow. It was a cow.
Cows scream.
It's the
Cow scream?
Exactly.
Leather.
Exactly. It was a cow.
Well, you're a vet expert. Why does cow screaming?
Well, it was doing its business in the woods. And we stumbled upon it,
It
and
was an angry down.
Wait. You're telling me this cow was taking a dump and screaming at the same time?
yes.
Maybe it hurt.
Yeah, you ever been to the White Mountains? So I should
You ever been
clarify.
to the White Mountains? You're gonna scream when you shit.
So I should clarify. I was in the White Mountains. You know,
Just terrifying.
my family and I, we were on the reservation. It's called Holly Lake, by the way. Any of you been on there? So we were on the reservation, and there is a lot of cows that come around, and they stop in the road. You honk at them, they don't move. So we should have known. Yeah, it was a cow. But just the feeling, the suspense, the build up. I was like,
What else happened?
that's about it.
That smells creepy. No pranks.
Well, of course, everyone was all jumpy after that. We go inside the cabin. We're like, oh my God, it was just a cow. Right?
Thanks, Betsy.
Everyone's heart rate's up, everything,
Scared the milk out of you.
So then, we're just sitting there. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, this freaking cabin was all glass in the front. All glass. And it was really pretty in the morning and sunset, but at night, you just see black. You can't see anything.
Yeah. There's a lot of those. On the lakefront.
Yeah. And so, we just heard this loud bang, loud noise. So we all look at the window, and we just see this, doll head just on the window, and, this light's coming through. But it's actually my friend. Took his daughter's doll.
Scared you guys.
Scared us. Because we were all hyper, we were all hyped up from the cow.
You're already, riding that adrenaline from Betsy the scaring cow. Because, why not? What better things to do? Oh, look, there's some cabin folk over there visiting. I think I'm going to step on some sticks, smash some pine cones, take a healthy crap, and scream. That'll get them going.
What about the throwing of things, though? What was that all about? Oh, they were just okay.
Falling pine cones, or were they?
That's
even creepier.
That's like a pine cone's job.
Fall hit you.
Yeah.
You're scared already.
All right, Alan, what do you got? You got anything?
Well, I had a silly story, but when I was 17, I actually stayed almost a year in the Wisconsin Northwoods Wilderness at a place called the Teaching Drum, and where you basically learn to live native, live completely off the land. And there were two places that were just very, very weird there. There's a place at the very top of the ravine where we created our lean-tos at that part of the year, and it had a nice stream, and it had this crazy mountain lion that no one could ever spot until it was basically right behind you, and it would just vanish. And we even tried taking a bunch of pictures, and we started to notice that no pictures whatsoever of that area would take, no matter what. Yeah, batteries would die. The cameras would just fail if you tried taking pictures. And there was another place just like that, and that was the Sweat Lodge. And it was super creepy. How many times everyone got together to try and to get some sort of picture to take of either of these two areas, and it just would not happen. You would just end up with a dead watch and a dead camera with no explanation to why.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a cool place. There's actually a website, teachingdrum.org, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that was closest to a vacation story I have for that.
Cool. Sounds creepy. Hope you weren't using a bunch of film.
We used a lot of different cameras.
God, that's gotta suck.
So what if you use a old-fashioned camera that doesn't use batteries or something then?
We use like old cameras, but not like from the turn of the century or anything.
Like the ones they use in the Civil War, looks like an explosion going
There's
off.
the key, man.
Poof!
Like the one that literally created phosphorus burns on everything in the area.
Warning, this camera might side effects include burning of the face, blindness, and not from the flash. But yes, there are some good vacation spots. But we want to hear from our audience, everybody. Have you had a crazy vacation, creepy story you want to tell us?
What's the scariest cow you've met?
Yeah, what's the scariest cow you've met? Was it Betsy? Did you meet Betsy, the scaring cow?
Betsy gets around.
Any of our audience members named Betsy? I'm sorry.
That cow was
apologize.
very, very provocative.
That's a provocative cow.
Luring us outside.
Revolutionary, like, watch this.
That was love.
You gotta wonder what the cow's, like, motive was, though. Like, I feel like scaring them today. My buddy
Today's
cows
the day.
went to bed, and I'm bored. I'm gonna wander over that cabin over there. I'm just gonna, like, step on some sticks really loudly. And then I'm gonna take a crap and scream.
It was glass, the whole front of it.
Yeah.
The cow could tell.
Yeah.
They're drinking. Oh, they're drinking. They're having a good time. They're having a party.
The cow sees him getting.
You ever heard of wedding crashers? Now it's cow crashers.
Cow sees him getting nervous. He's like, "What a bunch of."
Oh, I'm
idiots."
sorry. Cabin cow crashers. Cow cabin crashers. However you put it. But teaching drum outdoor school. Wow. Interesting. Check out the website. That cow had motive. I'm sorry. I don't know what his motive was, but that's clearly he wanted some entertainment.
Should have cooked it.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear that steak walking on the ground right now? We've got the sticks to cook it.
Some pine cones and
Some flavor.
some flavor.
You ever had pine with your steak?
Stuff a pine cone in its mouth, throw it on a fire. It's good.
You better have a good pull of the rotisserie of that thing. Just saying. Oh, bad image. Poor Betsy. Don't scare people, Betsy. It's not very nice. But it makes for a good story. All right.
That
Well,
was a good story.
I think that's my favorite. Get spooked by a shitting cow that's screaming. The screaming, shitting cow. That's a terrible children's book. Just kidding. Dr. Seuss would run a mile with that one. I'm not going to even try. But that's a good one. And Stanley Hotel, that's like a pretty world renowned. That's probably the most real one.
Imagine though if instead of a cow, like they heard the screaming, right, and it would be one of those screaming goats, you know?
And then when it sees you, it faints.
Yeah, it's like,
Just flops over.
I was expecting you would just turn around and you would have more cows around you.
Now we're surrounded. Betsy's plan is coming to tuition. Betsy's like, watch this. Is this a Chick-fil-A commercial? I'm sorry.
These cows are purging.
It starts with Betsy.
merging of the cows.
She lures them in, and then you're surrounded by beef. What's for dinner, guys? Well, looks like a lot of beef. Tell you vegetarians out there, I'm sorry.
Mad cow disease. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was
Betsy's
mad
gone
cow.
mad.
Now, picture this, guys. Now, what if, like, in the middle of the night, like, that happens, and you're surrounded by cows, and all of a sudden here comes, like, this, like, rancher, like, oh, there's my spooky cows. Time to come home. And just, like, walks off with all of his cattle.
Man,
Cow's name is Spooky.
Well, you had a cow walking around your neighborhood last week.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? And number 14, apparently, he's a character. He likes to get out. And I liked watching the other cows' reactions, though. They're like, I'm just gonna call the cow George. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, Tom. Tom the cow. They're like, Tom, you're out. How'd you do it, man?
they all gave him a meaningful nod. Like,
Yeah, that's our Tom right there. He's my buddy. He broke out of the fence again. We're too dumb to figure it out. He's the only one who knows how.
Old Tom.
No fence is gonna hold Tom. Ain't nobody gonna hold him down no more. Yeah, he was wandering the streets of freaking Anway, like, oh look, we do live in the Wild West.
Rude. I think that it was just sort of rudeness is what tied all these stories together. There's that rude ghost trying to get in your picture, photobombing your picture of a sweet ass doorway.
I know. What an a-hole, right?
Damn it, Ghost! I wanted a picture of that doorway, and you had to go photobomb it.
Quit turning the fan on.
You're wasting no electricity because you weren't plugged in. Were you the power?
Give me back my power. Right here.
Was there any wind in the building? It was not a drafty basement?
Not a draft at all. There wasn't even windows or anything, and it was just this one lonely machine room there. And like as soon as you
lonely machine room.
yeah, and as soon as you walked through the door, you just totally felt different. Like it felt kind of heavy, and then the fan was in the corner on the left there, and I stood in there for a minute. My brother had gone in first, and he said he saw the fan. I was like, no, come on, like that's too real. There's no way.
Something like Freddy Krueger boiler room that you were in. Portal to hell.
Welcome to the Stanley Hotel's ghost tour. We got a surprise for you. All right, boys, take them to the basement.
And and that's what kind of worried me is that it is a ghost tour. So I figured, they do this all the time. They're gonna have stuff set up for you to see and things.
Oh, you mean like a haunted house?
Right. So I was like, well, maybe it's like that. But when I saw the picture of it, I was like, well, okay, how the hell do you do that? Like, so it's got to be.
We'll post that picture as the album artwork for the podcast, and we'll post it on Facebook, and you can tell us all if you guys can see it or not.
I want to go to the black and white ball that they throw every year there.
Ooh.
And my friends from Murder by Death play at.
Advertising. Well done.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Let's do it. We gotta go and do it.
So what Tucson locations would you guys like to see?
Yes, so soon we will probably be video casting, and we want to know where you want us to go. Tell us what spooky places in southern Arizona you want us to visit. Maybe debunk. Maybe try to catch something. Maybe just show you around. You let us know. I think that about wraps this episode up. Thanks, everybody. And again, if you guys have a creepy story or a vacation story or ideas for future episodes, visit us on our Facebook page, Fear in the Southwest Podcast on Facebook. Check us out, post on there. And if you guys have any ideas for future episodes, topics, or if you want to include pictures of creepy things and have us look at it, by all means, check us out. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.
Laters.
See you next time.